Welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore. We're here at the very start still. But we've got a lot to do and look at and just try to survive. Just everything. First thing that I did between episodes was change a bunch of settings around back to how I wanted to be. Looting stuff, that kind of stuff. Inventory. Should be alright. Next thing to do, I think it's probably going to be some changes to the bar here. I don't think we need just regular attack. Just be attack and stuff and it'll attack. Fireball on 1 seems like a solid choice. Frost armor. Just always get that going here. Pretty good bet. Food and water on the bar, perhaps, could be helpful. Although it's still far away on the actual keyboard here with this layout. But easier to just keep it in the inventory. Depends how we want to do things. Emergency water. We have to be seated while drinking, so that kind of makes it so we really can't use that in combat. We need like mana potions or something. Which might be difficult because of the whole solo self-found business, but I think I can buy at least some kinds of those in shops and places. I don't know. Potions? Water, yes. But also we have the ability to make stuff like that at some point here. Just take all the quests we see, decide if we're going to do them. Kind of can be a little bit more picky, depending on how things are looking. Don't need to do everything.
Hello.
That's not the challenge here. The challenge is just surviving in the first place. My goodness. Glyphic scroll and rattling the rattle cages. What are we thinking? While you were off dealing with the mindless scourge, this scroll arrived for you. I think it's some matter of importance, as it seems it bears the seal of the mage trainer, Isabella. I would take some time to read it before heading out again. Read the glyphic scroll and speak to Isabella in the church in Deathnell.
Remember,
it's a scroll from them right here. Wild. Okay. And rattling the rattle cages.
Victory for Sylvanas.
You've shown your potential to the Forsaken under normal circumstances, Elandria. Now let's see you under pressure. The rattle cage skeletons, more mindless minions of the Lich King, are a tougher foe than the zombies you have faced thus far. Again, thin their numbers and prove yourself to Forsaken. Do not tarry. When you're done, speak to me again. Kill 12 rattle cage skeletons, and then return. And we're gonna get boots, I guess. Yeah, better. Can't wear leather, can't wear mail. Can sell them, though. We need to definitely make some money from selling things to shops in order to get money to buy things.
I'm listening.
Novice Heroes. Novice Elrith has a quest for us. The Damned. My duties include tending to our wounded warriors, tailoring armor and clothes, and assisting the Shadow Priest Sarvis with whatever else he might need. From the look of it, you'll be enlisting in his service also, hunting the mindless ones, if I know his mind. Well, if you'd like to stay in one piece, and I have no doubt you do, perhaps I can help. I'm running out of paws and wings. If you bring me some, I'll find some armor for you. You find a good number of wolves and bats to the south. Needs scavenger paws and duskbat wings. And we'll get some wrist armor. Not a bad bet. More armor is more armor.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
Okay. And the mage
What
trainer.
would you ask of death?
We should probably read the scroll
Our
first.
time will come.
Read it. The corruption and evil that rumor says travels with the arcane is nothing compared to the pain we've already felt. We're no longer victims, Elandria. We are the ones who control our fate. Sylvanas has paved the way for us. She has proven that our will is our own, and we are no longer thralls to that bastard Arthas. Seek me out in the church, I shall instruct you further, if that is your desire. Isabella, mage trainer. I don't think the scroll was necessary, but sure.
What will you require?
Maybe for people whose class trainers are not right here. At any rate,
Victory for Sylvanas.
I knew you would come to me, Elandria. Not because you do not have the will to follow your own path, but because we are kindred spirits. We both have felt pain, we both suffered. Now we want the power to take back what we know is ours. This land, our lives, our destinies, but there's much for you to learn still.
Dark Lady, watch over.
You must return to me often if you are to become powerful enough to destroy those who would oppose us. The rules of magic still apply to you, Alendrea. You will still find corruption follows you like hungry wolves in the night. You will find its caress is not unlike an addiction. An old lover still wanting to be by your side. These things can be staved off. These things will only control you if you allow them to. Go now, return to me when you've grown more powerful.
Remember.
No more powerful?
Discipline.
Interested in mage training. This is arcane intellect. More advanced stuff. Alright now. Let's see if that's an option too. Also the auto text for quests and stuff. We can do arcane intellect here. Increases the target's intellect by 2 for 30 minutes. For 10 copper. It's not bad. We're level 2. We don't get other things until level 4 and 6. A silver for that though. Boy. We'll take arcane intellect then. Seems like something we'd want. Train it. Okay. So yeah, every 2 levels essentially.
Beware.
And then at 10 we get talents, and it's gonna be a whole thing. Let's get the spelling abilities here. Here's Cannibalize. When activated, regenerates 7% of total health every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. Only works on humanoid or undead corpses within 5 yards. Any movement, action, or damage taken while cannibalized will cancel the effect. Wild. Okay. We got Shoot. Requires wands. Interesting. Don't have that yet. Underwater breathing is a racial passive. 300% longer than normal. That's pretty good. Will of the Forsaken. Immunity to charm, fear, and sleep while active. It's used while you are infected by charm, fear, or sleep. Lasts for 5 seconds. It's another effect kind of thing. We need more bars and stuff eventually here. Got some shadow resistance. It's fine. Arcane intellect. Target self. Magic. Okay. Does use some mana, so we need to regen that, but having these going seems like a good choice. It's going to be usable in combat. Cannibalize also really isn't technically usable in combat, probably. This is for charm, fear, and sleep. Immunity, getting out of fears sounds pretty good. Lasts for 5 seconds only. Yeah. Anything else we got in the ability stuff here? We got Fireball and Frost Armor. Yeah. And we don't have a wand, so we can't shoot with a wand. Attack with equipped wand. Yeah. We just have attack with other things. Can we track quests? Yep. Okay. Rattle cage skeletons and bats stuff. Alright. What did you say these things were? Their numbers. That's to the south. Is that over here? There's a bat. Just a bat. Okay. So, maintaining distance. Can't be moving. How many fireballs is this gonna take? It's gonna burn a little bit. You feel normal. Well, that's good. There's just about wing and a broken fang. Sell that kind of stuff too. Wait for mana regen here. See if we need to eventually be just chugging water between every single fight. Not much unlike the warrior and having to constantly heal. Constantly. Other options. Ruined pelt. Getting some bags would be great too. Can eventually buy those in some places. We need to save the money perhaps a little bit, just to be able to afford all our new abilities and such. It's a pretty important part. Very well defeated there. There's a frayed cloak with 5 armor. We already have a frayed cloak with 5 armor, so don't need to worry about that. Okay. There's another bit. There's a good amount of wings here. That's alright. Don't want to be too close either, is the thing. Now we're the ones that get to fire spells through obstacles. Always an amusing time. And that was level 3. You get a stamina, intellect, spirit. Skill and fire, arcane, and frost increased by 15. 15 hit points and 26 mana. So now we have 216 mana. That's pretty good. Okay. Almost there on wings. We still need all the paws. And then all the rattle cage skeletons. Okay. Oh, that stuff. And some leather bracers, which we can't use. Unfortunate. And some scavenger paws now. I believe there's more scavengers off this way. But also somebody else also fighting them, so. Take what we can get here. We got bats still. More bats over here. There's a scavenger or something. Again, noting that these guys are not aggressive, which is very important. Okay. There is frayed bracers for armor on the wrist. Take it. It's probably going to be about all the slots we're going to get for now. I'm going to get rings, trinkets, shoulders, necklaces, or helmets for a little bit. That's alright. Okay. We can also slightly queue up the attack. It's also convenient. It's a wretched zombie. Bats up in the hills. Any wolves in the hills? That's what we're looking for. Inventory is also getting a bit full. Also need to be aware of fall damage. That's also a thing to be concerned about. Don't want to go try to parkour our way up some cliffs or anything. Not an ideal move. Okay. Can't just skin these guys or anything. Go see if we can find these rattle cage skeletons. We'll wait for more scavengers to spawn here. Or let's look over this way. These are all the mindless guys. There's some bats. There's some more scavengers. Okay.
Too far away.
Wandered slightly out. Previous attack there. We can probably just keep queuing up the next attack. Because there is always the chance that the attack could just miss entirely. Oh. Let's see at what point does the mana get used also. As we get higher spirit stuff, that's also going to give us more mana regen. Intellect increases mana points. Chance to score critical with spells. Increases rate at which weapon skills improve. Spirit increases health and mana regeneration rate. Armor is good. Strength, probably not gonna help too much. Agility, also not too much. Armor and chance to dodge. Stamina for health. Options, kinda. Okay. Fireball. Okay. Looks like it might use up the mana when it actually goes. Here's some spiders. That's not what we're looking for. Okay. Spiders. They're that way. Some ones might be just further that direction. That's fine. Pretty effective, this fireball business. Pretty good. Okay. Definitely gonna need to find a shop here at some point. Wow. Inventory is full. I can turn this in though. Let's go do that. Shouldn't be anything aggressive here in town, hopefully. That's the dream, at least. We got a shop here. Any of these guys in hero shop? They sell abilities more than anything. Priest trainer, demon trainer, warlock trainer.
Yes.
Damage training. You don't sell anything.
Beware. Our
Fine.
I
enemies
haven't
abound.
got all day.
Do try your best to keep yourself unharmed until I get you some armor. Here's your stuff.
Embrace the shadow.
Thank you, Alindrea. This armor should help you out. Hopefully, it should do you more good than the last one to wear it. Flax bracers, they have the same as the bracers we already picked up. Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but at this point then, if they are the same as we already have, we'll take the old leather belt to sell for 6 copper.
Do not seek death.
That's a good choice. More reputation, also nice. Marla's last wish. My friend, Marla Phipps, lived with her husband Samuel before the plague. When the plague came, Samuel succumbed and joined the Scourge's ranks. Marla was spared an undeath, only to die at the hands of her now mindless husband. Turn this off. So strong was her love, however, that her last dying wish was to be buried with her beloved Samuel. Samuel Phipps roams at a ruined camp along the road northeast of Deathnell. Defeat him and grant Marla's wish. Bury him at her grave, in the first row of the graveyard. Okay.
Trust no one.
He's just out there, doing stuff. Alright. Should, in theory, be a shop here somewhere we can sell stuff to. Yeah, also a quest here. Okay. So we're not getting the quest auto-added to here. Apprentice Weaponsmith, Apprentice Armorer.
Speak quickly.
Hey. And repairing. That's also gonna be a whole thing. Alright. Let's sell some stuff we don't need. Like any grays, obviously. Things we can't wield at all. Our old apprentice set. Not getting much for it, but, you know, something. Got over a silver. Although the belt we specifically picked, that's 6 silver. The armor has nothing we can wield.
Farewell.
Noteworthy. Weaponsmith has a short staff. Okay. If you replace this item, the following stat change plus 0.7 damage per second. Is that in staff bashing? Because it looks like it's just a staff. We actually cast the spell. Hurls a fiery ball that causes 15 to 24 fire damage, and an additional 2 fire damage over 4 seconds. I'm not sure if better staff, at least quote-unquote better staff, I mean, it would be better if we get into a situation where we are resorting to melee attacks, technically. Let's remember this is here.
Beware the living.
Might be more concerned with just keeping money so we can buy things later here. We do have 2 other quests here. Under quests, your list to watch. Yeah, well, let's not switch. Might be an option here to auto track quests or something. We are working with classic here. Where's the zombie going? Alright. Let's take these other quests here. Executioner Aaron.
What now?
Night Web's Hollow. One of our greatest struggles is obtaining the natural resources we need to survive. Gold was scarce even in the height of the Alliance's power. There's a gold mine to the northwest that has been overrun with spiders. We need gold from the mine. We can't, well, get it while the spiders are crawling around in there. I have not much manpower to commit to the task, so we'll just have to do it little by little. Go up there and see what you can do for us. Alendrea wants you to kill 10 young nightweb spiders and 8 nightweb spiders. Rewards: vest with more armor. Okay.
Our time will come.
It's going towards a mine. We saw the spiders outside the mine, so we might not actually need to go in the mine just yet.
I am forsaken.
Concerning. Scavenging Death Knell. You there. If you're looking for something to make yourself useful, then listen up. We need fresh out of the ground recruits to head into Death Knell, search for any sort of useful equipment. Most likely, they'll need stacks of boxes. We expect more recruits to be rising soon. Unless we want them to stumble about naked, we'd better get to scavenging. Well, I'll get to work, you miserable bag of bones. I couldn't reward those without some hustle. Search Death Knell in the vicinity for 6 pieces of scavenged goods. In return, get more options here. Like a better belt? Okay.
Embrace the shadow.
And this is Death Knell. So you mean Death Knell here, or what? Area over there. There's a cave. This is Death Knell in general. Sure. Okay. We got spiders. We got Samuel. We got rattle cage skeletons. There's just a whole bunch of mindless zombies and stuff. Wretched zombies. Oh, there's some boxes. Is wretched zombie gonna attack us when we try to pick up these boxes? Concerned about the thought. Looks like we're fine. A good bit of paranoia would be smart here. There's a rattle cage skeleton. He's level 2. We're level 3. Okay. Target dead. Frayed belt. 3 armor. We already have a frayed belt. Afraid we already have one of those. Okay. Equipment boxes. Alright. We can also get in defense. We might need to get hit by things to increase our skill in defense. That's a slightly concerning prospect. Of course. More rattle cage skeletons over here. Rattle cage skeleton. Well, this one might be level 3. Fireball. If we cast it, if we try to recast too soon, it doesn't work. Also something to be aware of. Some money for the drops. Here's a little smithy. Could be something. Okay, skeleton here. Fireball. 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 There you go. We need to fight a lot of these guys. That's alright. Good training and all that, I'd say. Let's get a little bit more mana back here. This only uses 30 mana. So with all this mana now, we can cast it 7 times in a row. If we're at full mana, of course. Honestly, if we're casting it 7 times in a row, the enemy's probably already getting to us, which is not great, obviously. Preferably to have things at a distance here. There's some resists, not what we want. Okay. Yep, that is something we need to be aware of. Okay. Also just making sure we keep these up when we can.
I'm out of range.
Out of range. Fireball. 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 Perfect. Yeah, we got some more spring water. That's nice. Should be able to get more of this eventually here. Okay, skeleton. Fireball. Still not aggressive enemies. Still not aggressive enemies. Where are they? There's some mangy dusk bats. They're higher level. There's some crates. Pick those up. Right. Just some scavenged goods. Very good. Right. Having different levels of the same enemy here for fighting makes a lot bigger of a difference at low levels here. Difference between level 2 and 3. More significant. Some boxes. Cool. I don't think there's anything inside the smithy here. Do any sort of crazy sneaking around the corners looks. My goodness. Probably not entirely necessary, but, you know. Options. There's some aggressive guys just around the corner. That's something to be aware of. Something to be concerned about. Alright. Some goods. Could go turn those in. Work on stuff over here, though. Zombies. Zombie. Skeleton. Fireball. Fireball. You down. Not getting quite as much loot from the skeletons, but that's alright. That's fine. Right. Some mana back. Fireball's going straight through the ground. Reasonable. Obvious. More water. Not bad. Try drinking a water here. Heals 151 mana over 18 seconds. Should also be supplementing the natural mana regen, presumably. That's nice. There's defense increased to 7. Yeah, that is in the skills here. Definitely not very high. At some point we should probably just get the weapon skills up a little bit. Because if we need to rely on smacking someone with a stick, because we're out of mana and stuff, it would not help to have our staff's level so low that we can't hit at all. Not just yet, though. Not just yet. About that in a bit. That is 11. One more skeleton here. And there should be Samuel around here somewhere. Let's look at the info here. A ruined camp along the road to the northeast. Okay. Also need to be aware of anything that might be technically slightly higher level. Let's go take a look. To the northeast. Alright, here's a ruined camp. What are we looking at? What are we thinking? Got some scavengers and bats. They're here. Here is Samuel Phipps, level 5. I'm gonna hold off on that for right now. Go turn in these 2 quests. Get some stuff from that. And then go fight some spiders, I suppose. Yeah, level 3, fighting level 5. Maybe not the best. I'm gonna get some XP from turning these quests in. That could possibly get us to 4. Then we have new stuff we can get. Would be helpful, obviously. Okay. Let's turn these in here. Just running everywhere.
Speak quickly.
No mounts just yet. My goodness. I've managed to scavenge up some useful items for us. There's no shame in using that which has been tossed aside. No one's going to give us any handouts. We've forsaken will fend for ourselves. Yep.
Remember.
Great work, Alendrea.
Discipline.
I knew you weren't useless. Here, have one of our better items I've found out of the lots that have been collected so far. We get +3 on the belt. I'll take it. And that is level 4. Equip the belt. Improvements. Level 4. 15 hit points, 27 mana, 1 agility, 2 intellect, 1 spirit. Skill in fire, arcane frost, increased to 20. Okay. So the actual magic class skills just immediately gets to max, whereas the weapon and defense skills need the actual training. Interesting. Good to know. Good to be aware of. Okay. Turn in this one. Running for the random pages. I'm finished with you, Elendrea. You have shown yourself to be worthy of the freedom that you have been given. Many will stand against you for what you have become, but know that no matter what they may try to do against us, we are free and will not be shackled again. Take these and be on your way. You have much to accomplish, mage. Okay. +2 armor on the boots. Get some flax boots.
Dark lady.
And some XP. Flax boots. Amazing. And let's see.
I'm
Buy here.
listening.
Training. Got Conjure Water. Conjures 2 bottles of water, providing the mage and his allies with something to drink. Conjured items disappear if logged out for more than 15 minutes. Okay. Conjure Water, 60 mana, 3-second cast. 1 silver. And Frostbolt. Launch a bolt of frost at the enemy, causing 18 to 20 frost damage and slowing movement speed by 40% for 5 seconds. That's pretty good. 25 mana. This is 30 mana and does 15 to 24. So, a little more of a range, but this is pretty good. Cast time, also very similar. We can afford both of these. I think those are both things we would want. Slowing down the enemy is pretty good. Frostbolt. And we'll conjure some water. Go for it. Okay.
Embrace the shadow.
Get these on the bar here. 18 to 20. Da-da-da. Might be slightly... It's going to be slightly less damage than the Fireball, technically. Because Fireball also has the damage over time business. We'll go between the two. Get the little bit of damage over time, but also have them be slowed down. Just switch between them back and forth. Could be nice. Start by slowing them down, the fire. Also question, does fire unfreeze them? Good question. Arcane, conjure water. Okay. Let's see what kind of water we can conjure here. We currently have the refreshing spring water. It restores 151. So what is this going to conjure? It conjures conjure water. Restores 151. Perfect. Just get a whole bunch of these going. We invest 60 mana, and then later we can get back 302. That's pretty good. Could even use one right now. We can't vendor these, so we could technically vendor the refreshing spring water for the 1 copper each. It's better than nothing. I'll take 1 copper. Okay. So yeah, we can use these now. Just need to prepare a nice big pile of conjured water. And then they disappear between play sessions. Noteworthy. Noted. Alright. Let's go fight some spiders. And Samuel, I suppose. Spiders were over this way, towards the mine. See if we actually need to go in the mine, though. That's gonna be the next question. Young nightweb spiders and nightweb spiders. Open it up. Young nightweb spiders level 3 and 2. Does this have less range? Yeah, 30-yard range on the Frostbolt. Okay. So it slows the movement speed by 40%, but it has less range. Do you think we can cast that in... Time it takes for them to go 5 yards? Potentially. So we lead with a fireball. Then throw out a frostbolt. Slow him down. We got options here. Kinda. Okay. We're gonna try just going constant frostbolt. Costs less mana. There's also something of note. Same cast speed though. Do slightly less damage. It's okay. Spiders are still unaggressive here, which is noteworthy. Lots of people getting to level 60. That's pretty good.
I need to target something.
There's a critical hit there. It's pretty good too. Discovered Nightweb's Hollow. Okay. So this only takes 25 mana. You can essentially cast that 9 times then. That's pretty good. Okay. Getting all the different spider bits. Crossbow. 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 Some mana back. If we do multiple fights per mana bar, that'd be ideal here. Or just a short rest between things. Also an option. There's the actual mine here. Still young spiders. Oh,
I don't have a target.
aggressive. The actual nightweb spiders are in there, and they are aggressive. Oh boy. Probably be wise to get all of the buffs back on again. Be a smart plan. Restore the mana. We might be able to just lure them outside the cave. That'd be the easiest way. But it is 8 spiders, so that's going to be fairly deep in there. And they are higher level. See how many frostbolts it takes to take this down. 3, 4. Higher damage with fireball. Huh. Probably turn off the flashing there too. So let's take a peek in here. Yep, there's a spider. Not in line of sight. Great. We can attack through walls. Why do we need to be in line of sight? Hmm. Oh, come on. Not in line of sight. It's definitely in line of sight. Crossbow. Crossbow. Resisted. Okay. We got some defense levels. Call that a win. How's this armor looking? Frayed robe? That's one we already have. Oh, do you want to go further in here? It's obviously not a safe idea. Especially if a spider spawns in front of us. Or behind us here. At the entrance. Generally, the rule is probably don't. I kind of want to. Frostbolt. Firebolt. Resisted the firebolt. Okay. Got a spider. Right, now we have mana. Getting in and out quickly would probably be beneficial. So getting through some of the water to speed things up. If we don't aggro multiple guys, it should mostly be fine. The slow is definitely helping. Can confirm. Okay. So we get through roughly half of the mana. Just concerned about where the spider's going to be at. They're just around some corners. We also can't get quite as far distances as we would like. Making use of the full range of our attacks. Also super important. There's a spider there. Oh boy. Good crit, like that. Spider bits. We're obviously going to need to actually do some further into here later. Like the boss at the end or what have you. That's 7. Trying to escape. Maybe spiders spawn in behind us. Guess they're fighting those. Because I'm hearing spider sounds from behind. That's just the... Actually, fighting through. Aware of spawns. Concerning. Damage is pretty good, though. Should be mostly working out here. Still have a few young spiders to kill. Looking... That's down a different path. Okay, that's fine. Strong spiders outside. Waiting in ambush? Nope. Let's get out of that cave. And fight some smaller spiders. Oh. Plenty of mana to kill another small one. Alright. And I'll just use a conjure water here. So it's just gonna disappear when we log out anyways. Just need to take some time to start to get a nice pile of conjured water. Slightly unfortunate, it only does 2 at a time. It takes a little bit, but could be worse. Alright. So we can use the fire and the ice as needed. Okay. Let's go get Samuel's remains here. Should be doable. And if not, I don't know. We try again. Nothing aggressive right here in the start of Death Knell. For a place called Death Knell, there's not too much death for us. It's mostly just all the other dead. That's the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, Samuel's level 5. We're level 4. So we should be mostly okay, presumably. At least give it a shot. There's Carl Graves. Hopefully we don't fight multiple enemies here. Stefan, Daniel. Yeah, that's all aggro on us. We need to immediately leave. Alright. Yeah, that's okay. Samuel's remains. All you other guys can just stay there. You can just stay put. Okay. Bury these. Should be good. It's got a nice pile of more things to sell. That's also good. We need to keep making a little bit of money here. So we need to keep buying more things. Also, just the quest rewards also paying us. Very helpful. I'll take it. I will take it. Okay. So yeah, we fought some spiders in there, so presumably the next bit is fight the big spider at the end of the dungeon. Which sounds super concerning.
It better be good.
Well, it's a start. It'll take a few weeks or months to fully clean out the infestation. After that, we'll have to get down there with some torches to burn away the webbing. You've done your duty well, Alendrea. I'm sure I can find something else for you to do. Flax vest, plus 2 armor.
Beware.
Alright, the Scarlet Crusade. Get to that later. Flax vest, plus 2 armor. Are the quests on the map here? Not really. Bury skeletons. Marla's grave. I'm not sure where Marla's grave is. Right here.
I need to get closer.
First row of the graveyard, they said. Let's see what it says here. There's a camp. Right here with the grave. The first row of our graveyard. Oh, there it is. Let's click it there. Remains buried. Alright. Tracking on the map or something? Features added later, perhaps. Anyways, that's that quest
What
done.
is it?
We've done a good deed today, Alindrea. Although our struggle against the Scourge continues, let's hope that Marla and Samuel will find peace together in their final resting place.
Goodbye.
That is level 5. 15 hit points, 28 mana, 1 intellect, 2 spirit. A reputation for that, fire, arcane, and frost up already. Perfect. Okay. Level 5. There's a quest here, but it's not on the map. I'm not sure if that's the thing. Sell some of the stuff we don't need here.
What do you
Make
require?
some money. We don't technically need this water now, so we just make it ourselves. So I'll take the 5 copper, honestly. Yes, please. Stuff that's worse than we already have. Spider bits, always a good source of bits. Look up towards 2 copper again. Or 2 silver even.
Beware.
That's pretty good.
Living.
I'll take that. Alright. I'm gonna go into the settings again. Look for a few various bits. And then we will presumably continue on. Come on. Got a vest here instead of an entire whole thing. So now we can actually see the frayed pants. Looking great. It's something. It's something. Next time. Goodbye.